Contrary to popular belief, electric cars are not environmentally friendly. Today, I will unveil the complex truth behind electric cars' claims of environmental friendliness and their deeper connection to the auto industry's survival. The electric car revolution promises a greener tomorrow, but the reality may be more nuanced. While electric cars produce zero tailpipe emissions, their manufacturing process and the extraction of raw materials have their environmental implications. Mining lithium, cobalt, and other rare metals, critical for electric car batteries, can have devastating effects on their own local habitat. Not only do these processes generate considerable amounts of CO2 emissions, contrary to the mission of electric cars being environmentally friendly, but they also lead to water pollution and other effects that impact the local community. And I would say that it would be okay if the local community was getting some kind of economic benefit, but the truth is that most of these materials are not sourced ethically, and the workers are not being paid decent amounts relative to the amount that the mine makes. A lot of these workers are treated very unethically and make only about $2 to $3 per day to power the electric cars. This truly shows the length that the car industry goes to keep a grip on the world. I will have resources in the description if you are interested. Another overlooked aspect of electric cars is the amount of materials used to sustain their operation compared to that of gas cars. One of these overlooked cons is their water consumption during the case of fire. While conventional gasoline-powered cars carry a flammable liquid fuel, electric cars use high-capacity lithium-ion batteries, which require different firefighting techniques, and thus a different usage of water. To extinguish an electric vehicle fire effectively, firefighters must employ significant amounts of water and specialized equipment, sometimes taking hours to control the blaze. This unique challenge can potentially strain water resources and delay emergency response efforts. Austin Fire Department Chief Thayer Smith said this regarding electrical car fires. Normally, a car fire you can put out with 500 to 1,000 gallons of water. But Teslas may take up to 30,000 to 40,000 gallons of water, maybe even more, to extinguish the battery pack once it starts burning. So if one electric car gets set on fire, that's enough to put out 40 normal cars. If the entire world switched over to electric cars as the auto industry wants, you can really see how that could affect the water supply. Fire departments would have to use 40 times more water than they typically use to put out car fires, which would make it a large issue, especially in water-scarce areas. And it doesn't help that electric cars are becoming more and more popular in water-scarce areas such as California and Arizona, which import their water from other states and already have enough issues with the food chain because farmers lack water to water their crops and provide food for local communities. And if this is on a global scale, then this could affect everything, from agriculture all the way to the small things such as being able to pay a lower price for your local water park. Unfortunately, a lot of this water usage information has been hidden away from large corporations and many other places. The results could be devastating, but it's almost never talked about. And it's really ironic that people who advocate for the environment also advocate for electric cars, despite them being worse for the environment than many other forms of transport. It really shows the lack of critical thinking that people display these days. It's as simple as hiding the exhaust pipe from a car and then everyone thinks that you're a savior. But that's the game the auto industry has been playing the entire time. They try to make it look good in the public eye when their actual hidden agenda isn't to save the environment. Electric cars are here to save the car industry. When people started realizing that cars may not be the best form of transportation and more people in cities started rallying to advocate for public transportation more often, the auto industry made a horrible realization that they might lose money. And so they thought of the electric car, which they advertised as the future of transportation, and got all the investors and the government hooked with their flashy CGI displays and the sleek and unique designs. But I have to give credit where this is due, because this was the perfect scheme to revive your auto industry when it was about to die. But let's delve more into the controversial theory that the auto industry leverages electric cars to divert attention from their questionable practices and suppress the advancement of public transportation alternatives. Over the years, the auto industry has displayed resistance towards the development of comprehensive public transportation systems, fearing competition, which is reasonable. But instead of working with these people and adapting to the way things change over time, they've decided to stay stuck in their roots and to keep trying to change the urban landscape more than they already have in the past. Instead, they often invest significant resources and lobbying efforts to maintain their dominant position on the road. You can see that from the start of their existence, the auto industry has lobbied for their infrastructure to be built everywhere in order to make more profit. You can even see the things they tried to push in media, such as making films about how the superhighway system is going to be the future of transportation, and they even invented terms such as jaywalking, which is highly used today. They did everything possible to turn cities oriented towards people into cities oriented towards cars, and it worked because money talks. With this successful lobbying, money was moved from funding public transportation to funding new highways and roads, and with that, in some countries such as the US, trams were dismantled, and railway service for passengers became much less frequent. Not only that, but historic city centers were destroyed in favor of large highways, which divided communities, and the effects are still felt till this day. As mounting public pressure exposes the auto industry's environmental footprint and other malpractices, are electric cars a strategic lifeline to ensure the auto industry's survival? Some experts argue that investing heavily in electric cars allows automakers to align with a growing sustainability trend, while still maintaining their true core business model. It serves as a greenwashing tactic, deflecting public scrutiny while they continue to manufacture traditional vehicles. Moreover, transitioning to electric cars can provide car manufacturers with an opportunity to shift their focus to new revenue streams, like charging infrastructure and vehicle-to-grid technologies, creating a buffer against potential market disruption. You can see that the infrastructure is highly advocated for, which was something that the auto industry did originally, because when you put a ton of infrastructure in and then they realize that it wasn't the right choice, dismantling it gets a lot of backlash because then it's seen as wasted money. That way they can solidify their place for a long time. If you'd like to have further discussion about this, feel free to join my Discord server, where there are tons of like-minded people just like you with the same interests about urbanism and public transportation. Please like and subscribe to support this content. I'm the Transit Diaries, and as always, stay tuned for more.